I'm just gonna start this out by saying
Mm-hmm.
I am proud to be in this partnership of getting it together. Okay. This
Oh,
is not typical. Okay. This is not typical um of connecting with someone and building a relationship and working up on different things to get to this point. So I'm
yeah.
just excited and realizing that I ain't got to do all the things. That's the part.
Okay. Yes.
That's the part.
That I think
So
that was that. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off,
no,
but
no,
yes.
no, that's it. So when I don't have my notes, I said, girl, go find them notes because you ain't never had nobody like this where y'all getting it done together. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. I think that's the part that I'm more excited about. Is like, oh my God, okay, we got something going on, and I'm not the only one that's like in it 100%. Like,
Mhm.
I like we in it together. So that's
Yes.
the exciting part because that's rare for both of us. Sorry, I'm just getting my mouse. Uh, and so I'm just excited to be here and to for us to be like doing this thing together. It's so
Yeah.
exciting. Like I can't contain my excitement and yeah, yeah. No, I'm proud to be in this partnership too, Lamika. So I'm ready to I'm ready to get started, but we get started right now.
Yeah, we here.
And of course we're gonna have our bumps in the road and all that good stuff. But um this is I for me, I'm very like like I'm very and we both are women of faith, so we believe in God strongly and all that good stuff. Um and I believe that our connection is definitely one that is divine.
Mhm.
Because everything mainly every I would say 99 90 and this one little girl just won't stay down. but, but I would say like 99 and 90 at least 95% of the time, like we are just kind of on the same page with things.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
We definitely, we have our differing opinions when it comes to certain things, but when it comes to working together, we both just always like we really down for it.
Right.
So I'm just really excited for this. No matter how like things may this is lotion, y'all. No matter how
I'm like, what is that on your hand, girl?
it's lotion. Look, I'm trying to get this little curl to stay down, so I'm putting some lotion on. So no matter how nervous we are about stuff or unsure about things, we are sure that we got each other's back and
Right.
it's gonna be reciprocated. So I'm excited about that. And
Right.
it still won't lay down. But yeah, I do want to tell the people how this all came about. Should we rewind to the beginning of
Of
to the
course.
beginning
Sure.
of this year? Okay, so I guess I can start because I want to know how you felt when I first like messaged you or whatever. But so we met inside of this mentorship, and you were all the rave for. I don't know if you want me to share information about your other business right now, but you were all the rave for a specific type of business. And I went to your YouTube. We were, a lot of us was in there for YouTube as
Mhm.
well.
Mhm.
So I went to your YouTube and I saw what you were doing. And my literal first reaction was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be my best friend in my head, like my business bestie in my head. Because this lady is so dope. Like I love what she has going on. I love her confidence. And I just see us like a force to be reckoned with. And so literally that was like my first thought when I first saw you in that mentorship, and I was just like, I have to like we have to connect. Like she's gonna love me and we like we have to connect. My literal first like time seeing you, I was like, she is awesome. I have to connect with her.
Mhm.
And the bonus for me was that you appeared to be a genuine soul.
Mhm.
And even though, so I messaged her, y'all. I messaged her, and I'm all excited and giddy. I'm like, oh my gosh, me thinking in my mind, like, oh, this is my best friend in my head, like my business bestie in my head. And I messaged her and I said, "Hey, my name is Titania. I see you doing your thing. I think you're awesome. Let's meet up." Like, this is my total energy when I'm messaging her, y'all. And then I get a message back from her. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how our energies we're gonna have to see how our synergies match up. I was like, dang, all right, that's cool. But for me, for me, like, even though like there was a little bit of disappointment, like, man, maybe she don't want to connect with me. At the same time, I was like, well, I don't blame her because I'm like the type of person, like, I'm gonna get along with everybody I meet. I'm gonna give everybody a chance until there's not, to give me a reason not to,
Mhm,
like, for us not to get along.
mhm,
And so, but when we connected our first phone call, we like talked on the phone for almost 2 hours
mhm.
till you had to get where you needed to go, and then I ended up, well, I can't speak. I ended up having family come over, and we had made plans for that day. So I ended up, having to get off the phone with, to go with my family or whatever. But literally from our very first connection,
Mhm,
we have been kind of in sync since the beginning.
mhm.
And I don't know that we have like skipped talking to each other since
Right.
in some form or fashion. So yeah, that's my version of the story.
I mean, no, that is true. Because and I had to say, okay, let me get, which I say all the time. You came over here to network, okay, people, but it's a balance between people reaching out to you to just, you got to protect your energy at the end of the day, okay.
For sure.
And that was the thing. But then I also had to say, okay, you want to connect with people, so you have to be open to talking. And so I was open, but I was real clear about, hold on, let me, because I've been that person that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is exciting. And you say you want to do this, so let's go do this. And I'm the one that's doing everything.
Yeah.
Um, and so that was just one of the things. But like you said, once we had the conversation, I was like, "Oh, okay, she cool. Let's just see." And it
Yeah.
was, I mean, even in this conversation, I was saying like I'm nervous, but even in just having this conversation, it's a natural conversation and just sharing, "Hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm about." And it makes it easy to be able to work with you, because there are several people who have reached out to me since you sent me a message, and even before you sent me a message, and that I ain't responded to. So it's just a matter of um coming together and understanding. And then that was like, what, February? And then I think we
Yeah.
met in person towards the end of March. That was
March.
the
Yeah.
beginning of February that we talked on the phone. And then I think we met in person the end of March, and just shared what both of us were, like, looking to accomplish and that kind of thing. And it's just, we just been working. It's just been a natural, and this just came about naturally. It wasn't a
Yeah.
forced, type of thing. It was just a learning for each other, a
Mhm.
learning of each other. And you just done showed up and showed out, because I had an event, and your girl got COVID. But even even before all of that, I mean, had you not just like stepped in without me even asking you for the back to school event that I do every year, had you not done that, I don't know if it would have happened this year, because I was dragging my feet. I
Oh
wasn't,
wow.
I wasn't doing a lot of the stuff that I needed to. That I wait to the last minute to do it. That's essentially what would have happened, is I would have
Mhm.
waited to the last minute to get everything done. And you stepped in and just said, "Hey, I know you said this, and here are some, ideas," and da, da, da. And like, I was able to make that event happen, and it was able to happen and went off seamlessly without me even being there, because I had COVID. So it worked out great.
Well, I was happy to step in. Like, it was just something that I love. Like, I'd always wanted to do, a similar event. I've done like a Christmas event like that before, but even before then I had bought like book bags I had in my
Mhm.
closet for like 2 years, and I had planned to do something, and I was just like, well, you know what? These book bags can go to something that's a
Yes.
worthy cause. And so
Yes.
it was
Those book
like,
bags were clutch. Okay. I was like, this is coming together. I was nervous. I was like, oh Lord, I don't know what these book bags gonna look like. I ain't seen the book bags. What they gonna look like? Is these book bags gonna be like I had all because I was like, Titania, you ain't sent me a picture of the book bags yet. What we doing? What we doing?
You were nervous. You were nervous.
I was
No,
nervous. I was nervous.
yeah. See, one thing about me is I'm not gonna do anything to anybody that I wouldn't want done to
Hmm.
myself or for me or my event. And
Hmm.
so anytime I'm doing something to or for or with anybody, it's gonna be something that I would have wanted for myself.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was just I mean the fact I mean just your reciprocation of me wanting to help because that's I mean generally like that's all I wanted to I just wanted to help. I just wanted to take some stuff off of your plate
Hmm.
and I just wanted to be the person I wanted. I
Yes.
wanted to be the person I was looking for. And so I mean the way that we come together and the way that we interact about different things is
Hmm.
just like that is what it's about. We do what we want to
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? What we do what we haven't had.
Right.
and and
Absolutely.
and now I feel like we're at a time where we do it for each other. So
Hmm.
like it's like the puzzle pieces are coming together.
Right.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
And yeah, and that's the biggest part. I think at this juncture in my entrepreneurship, like I'm clear on like okay, I've had optimism and I'm still a very optimistic person, but I also have enough experiences to draw on to say okay, I see and I'm like that's not going to work because I've seen that before. So and that has been the benefit of being able to do it, but not just it's been the sharing of ideas but the
Yeah.
implementation. That's the
That's
part
that
that it's the implementation for me
yeah. Yeah.
that a lot of times is often lacking, and it tends to be a dream-storming session versus an action-taking session, and I think
Yeah.
um it has been a great mix of both. Yeah.
I agree because even like with me being a full-time entrepreneur and you being a 9 to 5er plus an entrepreneur and us having our serial ventures and everything, um, you are inspiring because, being a hybrid, like you still make time
Hmm.
for the things that you want to do.
Hmm.
And I forget sometimes that you that you are a 9 to 5er, like because you make things that we do a form of a priority when it needs to be.
Hmm.
And we are flexible in that we are considerate of each other's schedules and things of that nature. So,
Hmm.
uh, that's one of the things I really do love about, us coming together, our partnership
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and because that's the benefit of our podcast, getting it together. That's the benefit. Technology is now a benefit to us in that before, I've done ventures like this before, but the technology was not there for us to be able to seamlessly record in separate places. And so,
mhm,
the timing of being able to still do this and not have to be in the same city, or even if you're in the
yeah,
same city, being in different places to
yeah,
still be able to get these kind of things done, it makes it, a whole lot easier. So I'm geeked about that.
yeah, yeah. That's exciting because I'm in Atlanta and you are in.
I'm in Dallas at the moment.
I was about to say Texas. I was like, okay, because you got me thinking about the city and the state thing.
Yes, yes, yes,
But
yes.
yeah,
So yeah.
oh, that's exciting. I mean, yeah. So, but to let us know about your version of like that, how everything went down on your end, or did we go through that already? Because
I sort of, I guess, yeah, sort of, kind of, like I said, I got messages and get messages from people quite often. And some, I don't know the right word, but I am visceral against the pick your brain. Um,
yeah,
because nothing that I have learned or any business that I have started that I own that I'm still doing, I spent money. to learn
Mm.
what I know. Okay. And so when someone, and I get that everyone, don't have the resources to do things, but at some point
Uh-oh, my
you
camera
have
done fell.
to,
Hold on.
we real, y'all. This
Blooper.
is the real about entrepreneurship over here, okay? This is we getting it together with the
We
real
getting it
about
together.
it's real over here. So, but yeah, I'm really big on I am definitely someone that will share information. I have no problem sharing information. But if you're reaching out to me and your first thought is to pick your brain, is not like that right there is just an immediate like no for me. um and so a lot of the messages that I get are about, oh, I would love to take a moment to pick your brain. Listen,
Mm,
I don't have time. I also work a full-time job. I have a whole schedule over here. And the way my schedule works, I don't have time to fit you into that if you ain't, yeah. So you can send me a message and I will respond when I have time to respond. It's not a less schedule. The whole schedule a time thing, a lot of times,
mhm.
especially for I've already got my schedule planned out, type of a thing. But yeah, I was fine with it. I was open to it. I was just like, yeah, we just got to make sure our energies, sync up because sometimes, you know, that's
Yeah,
all.
and and I don't even think I wanted to pick your brain. I just wanted to. I'm like, I just want to like connect with another dope female. That was literally it. So maybe you
Right.
felt that energy,
No, no, no,
because I
no. I didn't
literally just
no,
wanted to.
I didn't feel that from you, but that was what
No,
I had to lessen my um I had to lessen my wall that I had put up because when people tend to reach out to me, that's
yeah,
likely what it is. But I had to evaluate what am I giving out that makes people that makes me not receive, and I'm the one that's always giving the information. So those are the thought processes, that always, go through my head when I get these messages. I'm just like, I don't have time for people that do that. But that is not what I got from your message. Absolutely
yeah, and
not.
let me
That's absolutely not
and
what I got from your message.
And let me tell you, friend, it's because you dope. You give off like dope energy. Like I got it together. I'm doing
She
it, and
don't.
I
She she just be
right.
trying
But
stuff.
and you tell me and everybody else that well, I believe you. I don't. I mean, to some extent, getting to know you a little better. I do believe you a little bit more, but you just give off like boss boss energy. You know
No,
what
I
I'm
just be
saying?
like, push
Like,
the button. I don't know what the button gonna do. I'm just gonna push it. Like, I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, you just dope, friend, and people
Okay.
people people get that energy out of you.
I
And
receive
so,
it, then I receive it.
receive it.
I receive
Exactly.
it.
Yep, just receive it. But yeah, this whole thing is just exciting, and we are just like Um, we are just I'm excited to see where this chapter is going and how we're gonna do it. And we're doing it afraid,
Yes.
y'all. We are doing this afraid, and we're gonna have some kinks in between, but as long as we kind of like keep it pushing, we stay consistent with it,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's gonna work out.
I know, because Titania proposed this idea, and I was like, "Girl, what are we gonna talk about?"
Well, so okay, so here's the thing, right? We were both doing our own thing. You had your stuff up and going. I am still gonna, start a new one, a new like YouTube channel type of
Mhm.
thing. And I'm just like, man, like we already talk every day and we're already on the same wavelength as far as a lot of the things that we want to do. Why not cut the workload in half and let's
Mhm.
just do it together?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so that's where that came from. It's like let's do it together. Like let's
I
just do
know.
it together.
I think the challenge for me is I have always been this buttoned up person online. Okay.
Mm.
But when you talk to me, if you know me, that is not who I am, if you know. You know, I mean, it
Yeah.
is who I am, but
Yeah.
it's there, there is more understanding. There's a better understanding of who I am. So when I say certain things, it's not taken out of context in the way that it could be taken if you don't know me. And
Mhm.
so, a lot of times when I'm online, it's more of a PC conversation. So when Titania was coming at me talking about, well, let's be more, I don't know, I can't use the right word. So because I can't use the right word, I'm gonna say let's be more vulnerable. Let's do, girl, what?
Yes, yes, that part because
Why?
yeah, because I want you to be your authentic self. I want to be my authentic self, and let's just like show the people like who we are, how we work together, and just not just in business, but in our friendship
Yes,
and all
that
that good
part.
stuff. Like this is a safe space. You know
I
what I'm
said
saying?
no.
Like.
I said no. I said no. I said let's just keep this business. They don't need to know who we are personally. Just keep this business.
Mm-mm. And I said nope. I said nope. I said nope. We need to show the people who we are, not just in business, but we're gonna talk about a variety of things that we deal with as women in business, because the things we deal with in our personal lives can affect our businesses.
Mhm.
And so I just want to keep it real. I want to keep it raw. And this is a challenge for me being a perfectionist in recovery, shameless plug. But this is like this is what I want to just be show up myself in the world. I want to
Mhm.
show up myself in the world, not just who people, expect for Titania to be, because um the people who know me outside of family and friends do also know me to be this button up version of myself. And I'm always positive and happy go lucky and all that good stuff. And I am, generally, I am, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But it's like, okay, there are days where I do have those dark days. I do feel,
Mhm. Mhm.
like I don't, I'm only gonna give, I only got about 15 cents, 15% to give today. I just don't have it in me. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So like it was important. It's like, man, like you like they need to see like all of us. And this is, yeah, that's why we getting it together, and we getting it together. You know what
Together.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so that's really how this came about. It's like we want to show up. Well, I want us to show up our, our authentic selves. And if you want to drop some F bombs or whatever, I'm not a big cursor, and that's okay. And you are, and that's okay. I just want us to show up, and I want us to be ourselves, and just like show the people like who we are, and how we get it together, because we don't have everything together, but also how
Mhm.
we working together to get this money together, and
Right,
and
that
get some
part.
other things together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, and I've always been a team person. Having played basketball, having played college basketball, I know I operate well in a team. I've always sought for good partnerships, whether that's in personal
Mhm.
life, whether that's in business life. Like those things are important to me because I understand who you're connected with makes a
Yeah.
big difference in your success. And so a lot of times, the success you can get to it so much faster or easier if we just work together. And that's
Yeah.
always been important for me is being able to work together. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm excited about it. It's good. It's good. I'm
Me
gonna let
too.
you lead the way in the vulnerability part, and I'm gonna be up here like, girl, now, girl,
I
now.
mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. It's vulnerability is not my strongest suit either. This is a challenge for me too, because I think, like I was telling you in a personal conversation we had, I haven't had the safe space to be my vulnerable self. And when I have tried to be my vulnerable self, I've had people throw things I've said back up, to my face,
Mhm,
or if
mhm,
I'm going through a situation. I've had, people either pity me or treat me poorly or try to take advantage of me because
mhm,
I was or, am not in an ideal situation. And
mhm,
so for me, it's just like if if I'm good, I'm good. You're gonna see me when
Right.
I'm good, right?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
everybody
Right. Right.
likes you when you're good. But the
Yes.
true test of like people in friendship is when things are not going the way that you think they should go, and the
Hmm.
people who kind of stick by your side, and the people who see who you are through what you're going. And so, and that's this is a challenge for me too, but I'm willing, and I'm gonna fight every day to be as vulnerable as I can be. Um, and of course, we're not gonna share everything with the world because the world
Of
don't need
course
to know
not.
everything.
Because the world
But
don't know
you
me.
know,
Yeah, because my
but
thoughts be woo child. I'll be woo child. Let me just yeah, my text messages is my social media. Because people ask me, why you girl, if you know me, then you in my phone and we having a conversation, either a phone conversation, in-person conversation, or we having a text conversation. That's how I want to tie this in. Even with my family, the biggest part, because I was supposed to do a YouTube channel at least 10 years ago, that probably the thing that made me comfortable in finally doing my YouTube channel, where it was just me talking. Obviously, I've had Hi Goddess, and Hi Goddess has a channel, but that was more about the clothing. It wasn't me necessarily being on there and it just being me. But my family has a Marco Polo channel, and I
mm.
am the star of that Marco Polo, okay? Because I'm on there all the time. I'm on there all the
Mhm.
time. And that made me get comfortable with starting my YouTube channel. I was in a safe space where I was able to be myself around my family, say the craziest stuff, and be able to it got me comfortable where I could say yes to, my YouTube channel, and now, doing this, because I've had a podcast since 2016 for my other business, Hype Goddess, but that was an audio podcast. I didn't want to do
Mhm.
a video podcast because that meant me
Right.
combing my hair, that meant me putting on some lipstick, that meant me making sure that my lashes was right. That it was too much. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. And now I'm at a point now where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna show up and I don't even care.
Listen here. That's why. Listen, these Cleo braids. That's why I got these Cleo braids in. But I'm okay with it because as long as my edges is laid, I'm straight. And let's talk about your happy sister. Like
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, 1 year to
But
the one of the best decisions of my life. Because your girl don't like combing her hair. She don't like combing, she don't like styling, she don't like doing any of it.
that's funny. You know what's funny is that I have all the talents to comb and style and do all that, and I'm at a place where I'm like, I don't feel like it anymore. And I'm actually thinking about not sister locks, but I'm just thinking about some regular locks with my little cute little curls at the end.
Yeah.
But because I don't feel like doing it, every day either. But we'll see. Because it's funny because I was literally thinking last night I'll be in between the stage of, let's go back to the big chop,
Mhm.
but my hair is like it's on my shoulders now. So I'm like, I did so much work to get here.
Yeah,
So
no,
let me
don't do
just
that. No,
stay
no,
here.
don't do it. Because that's that one thing. I can always do a ponytail. So I'm just gonna we just
Yeah.
gonna ponytail it down, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Because people ask me, like, your hair is always nice. That's because me and my stylist are besties. And I
Oh,
have
that's
to
love.
beg and be like, hey, and he be like, could you have at least combed your hair? Like, could you have at least done that? So I was just like, look, I can't do this no more. I gotta go do something else. So yeah, so I am 1 year locked officially today. Yeah, that's a
Okay,
whole
girl, you
nother.
look cute too.
Yeah, and I would have never I mean, this is real simple for the people. When I got these locks, I was like, listen, just braid this hair up because I'm not getting ready to take it down. I'm not gonna do nothing. Now at least I'm willing to do this. This isn't a
Okay.
whole, this isn't a big thing, but at least I'm willing to do this. Before I'd be like, braid this up, and the next time I see you, it will still be braided up in the same manner. So I have grown over this last year.
Okay, okay. What? No, it looks really good. And just speaking of like our backgrounds and stuff, I know I told the people a little bit about I do I have a background like my first entrepreneurial venture was literally me doing hair at the age of like 14 to like help my mom raise some money. And I didn't realize it literally until I got into my 30s, like, girl, you always been an entrepreneur. Like you always been like literally having people I literally just wanted to have cable.
Mhm.
And so I knew how to braid hair. I was doing hair for family. And then some of their friends were asking to pay me to do their hair, and I was like, well, I want to keep the cable on, and it helps my mom too. So why not just do hair? So I literally had like clients every weekend doing hair until up until like my senior year when I went off to college. And
Wow.
then yeah, then I went off to college and I started a corporate career in insurance. Rant, rant. And I was like, yeah, I was like, it was all good the first year, but then I moved to Atlanta after my separation. Your
Mhm.
girl was married, and I nobody knew like this particular company, and it's a really really big company. So nobody knew this particular company when I got here, whereas where I came from, every like 80% of the town was employed by the company. And so when nobody knew what the company was, I was like, well, shoot, if this don't work out, I'll just start my own business, because I always knew Atlanta to be the black mecca. And so I was like,
Mhm.
you gotta watch, I always tell everybody, like, you gotta watch what comes out of your mouth, good or bad, because you just might be manifesting your future.
Mhm.
So when I transferred to Atlanta with this company, worked there for 4 years, completely miserable, which was what had me jaded from corporate. Because so meeting you, the fact that you loved it, I was like, what is this? I don't know what you mean you happy there? You mean
Happy.
you got people you like you got people management, like you got people you like there? Like I hadn't experienced that.
Mhm.
So I started my own business in 2016, where I help women and entrepreneurs start their own businesses, help them with business startup and business development. And then around 2020, I started investing. I taught myself how to invest. And so I just like been a whole entrepreneur then. Yeah, that's been my journey. So like it started at that started it started way back when I didn't even know it. God had planted that seed, and yeah, and here we go. Here we
That's what's
go. I'm
up.
not
Yeah.
saying here we are, but here we go.
Here we
Because
go.
every
Here we
day
go.
is
But here's the thing. The one thing about hair, you can always Lord, I wish the Lord Jesus had gave me that talent. That is not a talent that I have. I wanted my mama to be a hairstylist. I needed somebody. I need my hair done. That's a
but
talent.
you know what I come from like listen, Chicago is a city of hustlers, okay? I come
Mhm.
from a whole line of like beauticians. So like we were like kitchen beauticians. Like me, my auntie, my cousin, like we grew up kitchen beauty. I have a couple of cousins who grew up kitchen beauticians. And then one of my cousins, she actually made it. She got her stuff together, and now she has her own like studio salon, and she's
Mhm.
doing great. Right. So like I grew up in the family, and we kind of all just watching, and it was one cousin who took it to the next level professionally. And then I come to think of it, I do come from a family of entrepreneurs, but I'm one of the first who kind of did it the right way. You know what I mean? Sorry, y'all. I'm not telling on nobody, but you know, not saying that not saying that I'm perfect, not saying that I did everything perfect,
Right.
do everything perfect. I'm the one who kind of invested in it for the long haul, and I continue to invest in it. And
Mhm.
yeah, so that's that's
Yeah.
that's that's a part of my entrepreneurial journey. So yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess kind of like, I mean, what you were saying earlier, mine has always been a hybrid. Um, well, I will say I got my first job because I wanted to get my hair done more often than what my parents was getting my hair done. That's why I got my first job.
Mm,
It's because
okay.
I need my hair done every week. And I was only doing
Okay.
it every 2 weeks. I need it done every week. So you did yours for cable. I did mine to get my hair done. So I don't even, I think I was like, I did some of everything. I was like a gift wrapper, and I did some, baby, I can wrap a gift. Okay, can wrap a
Listen,
gift.
listen. We right here. See, this is the synergy, because we literally right here. I worked at a place where like you had to be skilled in gift
Yes,
wrapping, and I had already been meticulous gift wrapper, but that place took my gift wrapping skills to another level. So
whole nother
I
level.
feel you right there.
Yes, I can wrap a gift now. So yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, so I got my first job as yeah, so that I could get my hair done more often. And went to college, graduated college, and it was time to get a corporate job. But I have always known that I need my freedom. I need to be
Mhm.
outside. I've always known that. And so it was always important for me to find jobs that fit my lifestyle, and not I guess not my lifestyle fit a job. Oh no, yeah, not the
Mm,
a job fit my lifestyle versus my lifestyle fitting a job. So I've always been
mm,
aware of, like, I am choosing what type of job works for me. And luckily, because I didn't have anything outside of taking care of myself, I had the ability to take jobs that I wanted. It wasn't necessarily about the money. It was more about the experience and how did that fit
mhm,
into my overall life. So I've always been I started out in a sales capacity. I was always the person that if you told me you wanted to do something, or if you had a problem, like, I go straight into solution mode. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out how to make it work. And that's a part of, from a sales background, because I'm as a consultant, that's what I go in to do. Is the businesses tell me they have an issue, and my job is to figure out, okay, why do you have the issue, and to provide the solutions. So I don't
mhm,
even, I guess, I mean, I was entrepreneurial. I mean, obviously, and I have, my lifestyle brand for tall women called Height Goddess, which
mhm,
I started in 2007. And because of the type of job that I had, I traveled a lot. So me traveling a lot allowed me to meet people and build that business while still working corporate. And building that, and always traveling and being in the field and being a consultant, it allowed me to, just, meet different people. So I
mhm.
think that's, I guess, ask questions. I've always been the person that asks questions. And my mom, that's what my mom used to say when I was little. She was like, girl, you asking people some questions. You would just be talking to people, you just asking questions. She'd be like, girl, you keep asking people, are you married? Why are you married? Don't nobody want you? That's always the story my mom would say. I know that's the story. Hell, when she's like, girl, you used to ask people all the time if they married. And then if they say no, you be like, oh, wow, don't nobody want you? I'm like, girl.
Oh no! How old were you asking these people those questions,
I don't know,
Lameka?
girl. My mom would tell these stories. She was like, you would talk to everybody and you would just ask questions. And so I've always asked questions, and I'm just, kind of just curious. And so
Mhm,
my actual degree is in broadcast journalism. I
mm,
wanted to be a news anchor. I was all about Robin Roberts. That was the Robin Roberts of ESPN days, of basketball days. Now
mhm,
everybody knows her for, more Good Morning America, but I was a fan of Robin Roberts on ESPN. So this all of this kind of, it all comes back together, and in what I initially started out, kind of becoming full circle. While I never got a corporate job, for what my degree was in, I've had the ability to utilize it in my personal life to do things that I still enjoy. So, creating the clothing line, that was all about, a solution for myself. I'm a tall woman, and it was challenging for me to find clothes, but it was more about the confidence. It was more because a lot of tall women didn't, they didn't have the family that I had, in the fact that everybody around me was tall, and gave them the confidence to be in that height. So that was a big part of it. And, and then obviously, telling my journey. Everybody would say, hey, you've had these experiences, just tell your journey. So that's kind of where we are now. I'm okay with sharing my journey now. I'm gonna tell you,
I can't
if
hear
you
you
want to pick my
anymore.